My name is Max Asaka, and I want to give a speech on why people in foreign countries should get help in any way or form, so whatever. Did you know that in most foreign countries, as in third world countries, 8 in every 10 little kids end up dying due to starvation, no no clothes, and no form of help in any sense of form. And 9 in 10 adults end up dying the early ages of 50 due to the same causes of sickness, illness, all the same things as in little kids. And just dreadedly speaking, we are here in the US enjoying every moment in life that we have, not even thinking about the people that don't have what we have today. So I would like to give this persuasive speech on why people in foreign countries should get help in any way or form. First, I'd like to talk about why it's so hard for foreign countries to even put their notion on what they get and what they don't. Basically, a foreign country, as in a third world country, has no form of communication, as in education, money, or any opportunity for them to even get close to multi-million dollar countries that they need help from. Basically, a third world country, in as of Africa, people don't have the education as we do and take for granted from public school. They have to actually pay their way through what they call boarding school, as we know it as private school. That's all they have in Africa and third world countries are boarding schools that will take you to a level of an average high schooler after they graduate, basically. Not a lot of people in Africa has that chance to even seek that help and that money to even look at a chance to get better for themselves or their family. At the young age of 6, most African adolescents basically start work in farms, start work in mines. They start work so they can fend for themselves, because most of their adults that take care of them are basically passed away. They're gone, and they have nobody but themselves. Most little kids in Africa end up dying also due to their lack of nutrition, their lack of help, the lack of everything that we in America basically get. And to say the least, we are spoiled to even have that chance to get a free education through high school, when people have no chance and no shot to get an education, no money to get an education, no opportunity to get an education to fend for themselves. And that's sadly speaking. Secondly, people in third world countries tend to die of an early age due to the poor resources they get. Most of them have no clothes, no house to stay in either. As in, we have multiple amounts of shoes, hats, we call fitted, clothes, shorts, everything. In a third world country, most kids have 2 pairs of clothes, as in 2 shorts, not even shorts. Some are jeans that are cut up into shorts. 2 shorts, 2 shirts. Some have no shoes. They have to walk barefoot to school. And we have the luxury of driving to school or taking a bus to school. Most kids in third world countries have to walk 13 miles to school there and back, then get to work to help feed and fend for their families at the young age of 6. And that's too much to ask for an adolescent to do all that without no type of education or no type of support. And the opportunities that are given to us will never be seen by these third world country adolescents due to the fact that in the third world nobody cares. In the third world, you a third world country, you're there to survive for yourself. And if you don't make it out, you end up dying before you hit 50. And when you're 50, you just made it through another century. That's basically what people say. I mean, and the lack of resources in the third world country just is unimaginable. The water, they have to drink mud. They can't shower for days. They they can't even sleep on a bed. They have to sleep on mats. Some people sleep on concrete on the floor in the dirt. As we enjoy our Tempur-Pedic beds, our free everything. Basically, we are so spoiled. We don't even take an appreciation for what we have, and due to that, we always want something more. And the point of the matter is, things gotta change for the better. As in, third world countries have to find a way to get help, and I think that starts with us as the young new generation. A generation always starts something, and it only takes one person to get a movement going. A generation could just explode to something good or something bad. And our generation could go either way right now, and I believe as a young part of this generation, we have the technology and ability to help as many people as we want due to the resources we have. Even though we're in a recession, this recession means nothing to us because most third world countries, they're in a depression for the rest of their lives, and we need to start helping them. Secondly, I think the way that we can help these third world countries is to send money down there. I mean, give it all you got. That's a cliche people always say, but in this terms, it means a lot. If you have $10 and you spend it on candy, you know you don't use that $10. At least give half, give $5, give whatever you need to give to ensure that somebody's getting help. And the way you ensure that is by giving it to a foundation or a charity, not giving it to those news ad commercials. That's also a little gimmick, I would have to say. You have to give it to like the Red Cross, Christianity charities, the Catholic helpers. You got to give it to some kind or some source that you believe in, some source that you know will help these third world countries. And giving is a purpose. Also, you can send cars down there to tell them they're not alone. They're not alone in the struggle, that you understand, even though we basically don't understand because we're so spoiled. You got to give them a chance to even believe that they can make it out. And then with that little bit of support, they could probably make it out. Also, if you don't have money and they don't have a time to actually think of something thoughtful to say, you can send food down there so they could get better nutrition, they could get better help, so they don't have to die at a young age, so they could try to survive, they could try to build their own lives up and move out of there knowing that somebody else helped them. I think it's to have a peace of mind knowing that you did something good without really knowing somebody is the best help you can get. As Coach Shiano says, you know you're a better person at the end of the day when you have helped somebody that can't help you back. When that is achieved, you can do multiple things that you never thought of, and this is the first start. And it might seem like a big project, but if you put your little 2 cents in, it becomes that much smaller for everybody to start putting their 2 cents in, 2 cents in, and it just grows into something big and a movement. And that, I mean, all these criterias of these kids, these adults not even having a chance, really saddens a lot of people, but not enough people. So we need to start as a new generation to bring up the awareness that people are having worse times than us, and we need to start helping them. I believe to start helping them, we need to help ourselves. We need to establish a base in our life that we know what we want to do, we know what we want to say, we know what we want to live for, and then we start doing it. Lastly, I like to close my speech by saying that, I mean, we are all blessed to continue to be educated in college. Sometimes it's paid for. We know a little bit of what the third world countries are going to through all their lives. Basically, they've been paying to survive, as we have been living. Now we're starting to pay since we're freshmen in college. But in terms of help, third world countries need more than we need because they have nothing. And I think it's time people start seeing that. And I'd like to end by saying this. To be a better person, one has to realize there's someone in the world that's always in need and that's always in worse conditions than you. No one man can make a big difference, but one man can sure start a movement for change in the world. So help if you can, but help out of your heart. Help knowing that if you were in the same position, you would want somebody else to help you. One man can make a movement for the world to be a better place. So I encourage everybody that never thought once, never thought twice or three times about it, to think more thoroughly and start helping ones in need. Because one day you would be in need and you want somebody to help you. Thank you.